hard to start because I just kept burping. But we're back. We're actually, maybe not so much we're back. We've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
This is just a new episode.
Did you just hear the teaser at the end of the previous episode?
Yeah.
The horror movie Christmas episode?
Oh, here's the other one.
Yeah.
This is a double feature.
Mm-hmm.
So just, if you're done doing laundry, start doing the dishes or something and put us on in the background.
Yeah.
Waste 40 minutes at work not doing nothing.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about Christmas movies again.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, actually, I would say, even though it's set, like the beginning of it is set in Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
then it's just a few days after that.
Yeah, like around New Year's.
It feels like it could be any holiday in the sense that like these values
Mm-hmm.
are just, it's more so about the warmth and magic of the holiday season.
Yeah.
Than of Christmas itself. Like, it never goes into the background of Christmas or anything like that.
No. I mean, it opens
The other
up.
movie, however, is a Christmas film
Yeah.
through and through.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. What do you
Yeah.
want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the one that we both like.
Okay.
Let's talk about Tokyo Godfathers.
Okay. Yeah.
Which, don't get used to hearing about anime on this show. We may do a review on something kind of like fucked up, or another Satoshi Kon movie or something like that. Maybe one day Totoro, who knows? But
Akira.
don't be like, well, what'd you think
haven't seen
of
Akira.
Yuri of Wind season 3? I don't even fucking know what that is, but I know the name of it for some reason. So don't recommend anything.
Made that up.
It's gotta be some scary shit, but that's like also actually scary. Like, okay, I'm looking forward to that Junji Ito
Oh yeah.
Uzumaki,
Mm-hmm.
which looks really cool.
Yeah.
Don't
looks
give me
spooky.
fucking Desu Senpai fucking I just don't. But this, on the other hand, it's a Satoshi Kon film who has done Paprika. He's done Perfect Blue,
Mm-hmm.
which apparently people don't like as much as I do.
Okay.
or as much as I thought that they would.
Yeah.
I know Becca digs it to a certain extent, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But every other time I've recommended this film, they're like, that was dog shit.
Oh,
I'm
really?
like, oh shit, my bad. I
mean,
think
I
you're
didn't think it
wrong,
was
but
dog shit.
I think you're wrong, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But Tokyo Godfathers
Tokyo Godfathers
is
great.
very accessible.
Like, if someone said, like, man, that was dog shit, I'd be like, you gotta change your perspective on movie watching. Like,
Yeah.
how'd you not love
You
this
gotta
shit?
not be stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a holiday film, so it feels warmth and it feels wholesome at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it's never it never feels cheesy.
Yeah.
It never feels like, okay, that's too cutesy or too
Yeah.
fucking, we get it, it's Christmas.
Right.
There's never a moment like that. And it even kind of tackles some dark subject matter at times.
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly, it's one of those movies where it's like, you think, well, this is kind of set in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why isn't it just a live action film? And I'd say, like, the art style of this, the animation itself, really, really elevates this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like, it at one point looks photorealistic.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh no, this is just a really well done painting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so beautiful to look at. Like, throughout the movie, there are just these aesthetically pleasing shots
Yeah.
of Tokyo, of the night sky, everything, a fire, like
Mm-hmm.
food.
Yeah.
It's always pleasing to look at.
It's one of those.
It probably just wouldn't. I mean, it probably would still. I mean, like Lost in Translation, it's a pretty ass movie because it's set in Japan.
Yeah.
But this just has like a little bit more magic to it.
Yeah. This is one of those movies that I had heard about from you so I can't remember the first time we watched this. It was a while ago.
Yeah, me neither, for some reason.
Yeah. But I remember really liking it, but it was so long ago that
Right.
like it was like it wasn't. I remember some bits. But it was kind of like watching a new movie. Yeah, fresh watch.
Yeah.
And I liked it just as much as the last time. I think this movie is just it's so like there are dark subject themes in it, so I don't know if it's like PG rated, but
it's definitely PG-13.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think because there's first off, if you can get it on DVD,
yeah,
watch it that way.
Watch it on DVD.
I think there might be a Blu-ray out now, but I don't know the quality of it. I mean, I'm sure it's good. However, downloading it on Vudu or Amazon,
we don't know if
it could just be my Roku.
Yeah,
it could just be the Roku app for both Vudu and for Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
But both times we tried to check it out, the subtitles kept like skipping or like
not showing.
Yeah, or like there'll just be stretches where there's like nothing coming on screen. It's like I know they're saying something. Yeah. So there should be some subtitles here. So yeah, if you can check out either a DVD rip of it, I don't know, check it out online and that way.
Yeah.
But if you can, I don't think it's expensive. I'm pretty sure I got my DVD from Amazon, and I'm pretty sure I got it for $10, maybe even under.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth making that effort. Hey, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get it in like 2 days.
Because this is a movie that I would even bet that not only will you really love watching it, you're gonna want to show someone else who they're like, you know what, you might dig this too.
Yeah,
because it like fits to a lot of not really cliches, but it's really not out there. Like it's almost conventional, and it's like its pacing and its themes.
It's kind of,
but it's done really, really uniquely.
It's kind of magical.
Yeah,
like there's stuff that happens where like coincidences that happen, or like because we did this happened. Like moments where it's like, oh, this is.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
all
a fairy tale too,
kind
of.
It's all working together.
Yeah, there's even like the idea that literally the Christmas spirit might just be following them around, or the holiday spirit.
Yeah, there's a whole part at the end where I'm like, okay, that might have been too much in another movie that wasn't as good.
Yeah,
but in this one it's kind of charming.
Yeah.
Any kind of the like, I was thinking that like when the first few coincidences like happen, I'm like, man, they just so happen to, but no, it eventually really not eventually. It really has a. What I like about this movie is that it has a magic to it. It has a heart. Yeah. It has. You feel for these characters. You like these characters. You want to see them okay. And we haven't even talked about what the movie is about.
Damn, well, that's how good it is.
Yeah.
Also, you failed to mention, has, for some reason, big Mexican titties. Which is like the last thing I expected to see in my anime film.
Yeah.
You may think that's like, what are you saying? Like, no, it's in there. Just trust me.
Definitely, there's a close up of it. They make a point of showing it,
and it's like it's really cool because like there's not even subtitles for the Spanish.
Yeah, because
it's like you either know Spanish or you don't.
The character that's in that scene doesn't really know Spanish.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like you're hearing it from their perspective.
Yeah, well, I mean, like if you're Jeff. Because you don't know Spanish.
Yeah, right.
Like, if you do know Spanish, I mean, it doesn't really add to
Papas
it.
Fritas
like,
es caliente.
Oh my god, that's not what they were saying. But what they're saying isn't like you probably get more from not understanding.
Yeah,
because it's like now you're like really do feel like in her shoes and stuff like that. But still, it's kind of funny. Like
anytime that happens in a movie, I'm always like, you know what's going on.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's like, oh, they're not even gonna let you know. I was thinking when that scene happened, I started thinking about John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of like, okay, there's that scene at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Where the Norwegians.
I think it's Norwegians.
Norwegians are like trying to shoot the dog.
Yeah.
And they're speaking in Norwegian language, whatever that is. Is it just Norwegian? I don't even remember.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Well, they're speaking in their language.
We're very smart in other ways.
Speaking in their language, and if you know Norwegian,
right,
you're like, oh shit, the dog is the thing, and it's an alien, it's infected. So it made me think like, if you're watching it in Norway, is that part dubbed in English? Or like what language would it be dubbed in? Because if it's like a Norwegian dub, you're still gonna know what's going on. Like you're still gonna hear like you're not supposed to understand that line.
Yeah,
it's just like, you know, there's just some people who are gonna watch it and be like, I know what he said. It's like, oh
they
shit,
spoiled the whole movie.
Yeah, spoiled the whole
opening.
Movie for
Okay.
Yeah, this movie's not like that. You don't need to know Spanish. What the movie is actually about.
Yeah.
It is 3 homeless people, a trans woman, a older dude, and a
teenage runaway.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a teenager, who ran away from home.
Yeah. And
throughout the movie, you kind of learn their backstory, but they're friends. They're the only family that they got.
Exactly.
And they make it work, even if they kind of butt heads every now and then. And one day, Christmas Day, they're rummaging through stuff, and they're trying to get like Christmas presents for themselves and all this other stuff. And they hear a baby start crying.
Yeah.
And, you know, someone left the baby, so now they gotta take the baby, and they gotta watch over the baby. And then Werner Herzog comes in, and he's like, I want to see the baby.
I want to see the child.
And you know, they grow to love this baby, but they're still like, we need to find his parents.
Yeah, they set out on this mission like, okay,
all through Tokyo.
Who would leave a baby like this?
Yeah.
Let's go and try to find the mother and father.
And it takes some twists and turns.
It takes a lot of like different avenues I did not remember.
Yeah, but the way it ends up,
that sounds bad.
Makes sense.
I did not expect.
It turns into one of those like comedy of errors.
Yeah.
Where it's like they just happen to be in the situation at the right time, and it leads to like almost in a way like After Hours, where it's like almost every scene kind of feels like its own kind of skit.
Okay, yeah.
And like it's like, okay, here they run into this one, here they run into the gangster, here they run into the guy who's like being crushed by his car.
Right.
This is the one where you know, stuff like that.
It feels, as magical as it is, it does feel still grounded, whereas After Hours is just a fucking crazy ass movie.
Yeah, After Hours is like a comic book.
That movie, that world is insane.
But I just meant that in the sense that like it's like scenario after scenario.
Yeah, it's definitely like that.
But yeah, we've said everything there is to say about this movie.
It's sweet.
Check
it
out on DVD.
It's well written.
I mean, hey, if you hear good things about the Blu-ray and you actually know, like, it's a really good Blu-ray and the subtitles make sense, get the Blu-ray.
Yeah,
I'll check it out sometime. Just don't download it right now. I mean, not legally. I guess you can. I'm not saying you should. Legally, I don't think you should do it at all. But say that you were going to regardless. Just try to get a good DVD subtitled cut of it. But also, you know, just buy it on DVD. Yeah,
it's worth buying.
Next movie, pirate the shit out of. I give that no, I'm kidding. Don't do that legally. We're talking about The Family Stone.
Yeah. This is what I was afraid of. You know how last episode we were like, I was like, you know, sometimes when I show you a movie, I'm always scared you're going to hate it. And you were like, no, we've liked most of the movies. That it was only.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever hated straight up a movie.
There was only one movie that you didn't like, and it was State of Play, and that's also with Rachel McAdams. So
I didn't hate it, but I don't like Take Me Home Tonight.
Oh yeah,
but I
didn't say like, yo, that movie's so, like, you gotta see it. Right.
I don't think it's the worst movie ever.
It was more like, nobody likes this movie but me.
Yeah. Whereas this one, like I said too,
Yeah,
you're
like you
not
said in
even
the
the
last
only
episode.
person who has hyped this up to me.
No, yeah.
I've heard a lot of people love this movie. And the reason that we're talking about it is because it's like also seen as one of those underrated
Yeah.
Christmas movies that somehow got missed out on.
Yeah.
It starts out being woke to the point where I'm like, oh, you know what? This really fits nowadays. Like, this is supposed to be 2004.
Yeah.
But there's actually something about this that's like so progressive that it's like, it's something that would be more commonly now. So I was like, that's really cool. And then the movie kept going. And it's like, oh, this isn't woke at all. These people are terrible. They are the fucking worst people. You brought up Rachel McAdams, like, oh, I shouldn't have shown you a Rachel McAdams movie, and she's not the problem, man.
Right. Well, that's why I love her.
Yo,
she's just a very versatile. This was released a year after Mean Girls. Which is the same kind of like she was playing like an even worse
the Mean
character.
Girls aren't as mean as this bitch in this fucking movie, played by Diane Keaton.
Yeah,
but go on.
But I was just gonna
say like this
gush
like,
about like how much I love Rachel McAdams. And
yeah,
say, like she's a very versatile actress. She can do comedy or drama, hero, spunky hero, and like just bitch like in Mean Girls or Midnight in Paris.
She's good in this.
Yeah.
In fact, it can probably be said that everybody is good in this. You know, no one really gives a bad performance, so to speak. There is some weird things about it. Like, no offense to her whatsoever.
Okay.
I like Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Sarah Jessica Parker, perfectly fine actress.
Yeah.
But there was something about that role that made me think, oh, you guys wanted to get, I don't know, 2004 at the time? Katie Holmes, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Someone like that.
Okay. Because
she's a little bit too mature to be as just kind of dumb as she is. To the point where it's like, are you really portraying her like this?
Right.
And like, I was on her side for like most of the movie. And I feel like anybody who watches this, who has never seen this before, who has never maybe even heard of this movie before, I feel like they would watch this and you will be, for most of it, on Sarah Jessica Parker's side.
Okay.
And I feel the movie knows that. Because out of nowhere, maybe like midway through it, they're like, oh no, we gotta make you deplorable. We gotta make you homophobic.
Right.
For no reason other than...
that was a really cringy scene.
Other than what I believe is like, you don't want me to root for her. And you know that I would have been had it not been for this.
I mean, I can understand what she was saying in the sense that, hey man...
in the sense that she's stupid?
In the sense that, hey, some people's lives are harder than others, but... It did not come out well.
No, it comes from ignorance.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I really do feel like they just added that.
Okay.
Like, it didn't have to be in the movie. You just had to make me stop sympathizing for her.
Okay.
At that point, it's like, okay, Family Stone is a movie about the family that the Red Wedding should have happened to, as opposed to whatever family that happens in Game of Thrones. And I mean, like, everything that happens in the Red Wedding should happen to this family. I know I'm alone in this. I know people love this movie. But these are just like the most vitriolic, terrible people. One of them is like, yo, you are just an inch away from being a rapist. Fucking Luke Wilson.
Okay.
With his like touchy grabby,
Okay.
no consent, fucking stick my dick in your face, like pelvic thrust towards your fucking head.
When did he do that?
When he's at the window of the car.
Oh.
He's like, yeah.
Okay.
And it's just the entire time it's like, yo, what the fuck? And like telling her like, oh yeah, I had this dream about you. Like that's so, yo, chill the fuck out.
Okay.
And then to the point where like they go to a bar and it's like, oh, of course he's gonna try to get her drunk.
That's not what he was. He wasn't trying to sleep with her.
I don't know. I think he was predatory as fuck in this movie.
Okay.
And that's what like I'm curious if people have never seen this movie, how they'll feel about it.
Okay.
Because there's a really, really good chance that I'm just completely jaded. I just like I believe that this is so okay. There was a moment, you know that meme where that black dude is like holding a cigarette and he's like just kind of pinching his eyes, like he's like, "Come on, man."
Okay.
I physically felt that in the movie. Later on, two people fall in love. From where? Where did that romance come from?
Some people have an innocent connection.
No, this is something that in any other movie would be a problem for you.
Okay.
Because you'd be like, well, where did that come from? Like, they didn't set it up at all.
They spend time together.
They spent like
one night.
They spent one night with each other.
Yeah.
And then there's like a whole thing about a ring, and it's like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Well, I knew it was not to call you out, but as soon as I saw that phone, I was like, oh, I lost him.
I was also kind of like having like an important discussion with somebody. Like, okay, I apologize, but yeah, I did have to text every now and then. I didn't feel bad about it. I paused it every time I had to pee.
Yeah.
And I was debating doing that. I was like thinking like maybe I'll just go and let it play out a little bit.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh yeah, you mean that movie that sucks ass?
Yeah, a movie like that this I really like that everyone else seemed to like, and you're like, that movie is fucking terrible. And it's like it's like a romance comedy kind of feel good movie. I don't know. I remember seeing this movie. I have a history with this movie. This was one of those blockbuster rentals that my parents got, and I was like, man, that looks terrible. What are you guys doing renting this? And then they watched it and was like, oh, it was pretty good. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'll watch it before we have to return it. And I did, and I was like, damn it, they're right. Like, and then I don't know how long I did this, but like I think the next year, like that Christmas or the next Christmas, I ended up watching it again. And then the Christmas after that, I was like, I guess this is a tradition now. So I haven't watched it in years. So this is not really a fresh watch because I've seen it so many times. Well, or I've seen it more than like a couple of times. But it has been a couple of years since I have seen it. And I still it really affected me. I still get a good Christmas feeling from it. It's Elf. And It's a Wonderful Life.
We won't be talking about Elf either.
I know.
Better to just skip that one.
Scrooge.
I'll tell you how I kind of feel about this.
Okay.
It gave me the same feeling as something like, oh my god, I just had it in my head.
Take Me Home Tonight.
No, I think it might be like another Christmas movie.
Okay.
I don't know. It gave me the feeling of something that I don't like. But that one was at least a little bit cutesy. It's like a really Christmassy movie.
Happiest Season?
No. And it like gets away with the stuff that it does because it's like set in Christmas. Fuck it. If I remember it, I remember.
It reminded me of this one was kind of like Happiest Season, where it's like, oh, this is a Christmas movie that could be good, and then you watch it and you're like, I like that way more than I thought I would. But that's
I liked Happiest Season.
Yeah.
The beginning of Happiest Season had me, okay, sure, maybe this is getting too political, but like, because of everything that's happened in the last like 6, 7, 8 years, when it comes to white people that just disregard people's property and they're just like, this is mine now to do whatever the fuck I want with it. Yeah. No matter if you're home or not.
I was thinking that when I saw that too.
It's like, it's hard to ignore that. Yeah. It's hard to ignore that and just like see it and just blatantly be like, well, if anybody else did that,
yeah,
this would be a different situation.
Yeah.
And here it's like, we're wild. Where it's like real life, it'd be like, oh, you know, if a Mexican did that,
yeah,
bang, 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 shot in the back of the head because he was trying to steal from the house or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
No questions.
That'd
it wouldn't be like, what are you doing in my home?
Right.
what are you doing in my room? I'm trying to have sex with my boyfriend.
Trying to masturbate in the den.
I'm trying to do this weird, I forgot what the boyfriend was dressed up as, a reindeer or something like that. It was like a couple inside the house.
In Happiest Season?
Yeah, in Happiest Season.
I don't even remember that.
But anyway, Happiest Season is able to get away with some of the shit it gets away with. And that's not even the movie that I was trying to compare it to.
Okay.
But it gets away with some of this shit because I feel like there's still a lot of heart there.
Okay.
And the thing with Happiest Season is that it also features a family that's mostly pieces of shit.
Right.
But this one, I feel like, does not have near enough of the charm.
It doesn't have the charm or you don't feel redemptive at the end where you think,
no, like, I do not.
Like, okay, all right. I don't want to spoil the movie, but like, I don't know. I felt there was a certain charm near the end.
I'll say this, with the way that the movie kind of ends.
Mm-hmm.
Even like before like the last 5 minutes of the movie, I was just kind of feeling like I don't feel bad. And I would for another movie.
Okay.
I would for other characters.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going through right now, you showed me who you are.
Yeah.
That sucks for you, but like I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Diane Keaton, I hate you. I think this is the only movie I've ever hated Diane Keaton in.
Yeah.
She's in that other movie from like around this time with Jack Nicholson. He's like, hey, I'm old, but I fuck.
Yeah.
And like he has sex with Diane Keaton and Diane Keaton's daughter.
Right.
What a king. I like her in that movie.
Yeah.
And she's kind of in movies like that where she plays characters like that.
She made another movie with Rachel McAdams called Morning Glory.
Oh, she's in that too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a sweet movie.
Well, I hate her in this. I think, man, I feel like I should have taken notes while watching it.
Taking what?
Taking notes while watching it. Because, like, there's shit where it's like, once again,
it gets a little slapstick.
I hate,
kind of like Crazy Stupid Love.
I hate to bring it to this. Because you see me and you're like, who is that Jewish white boy saying he's Mexican? Like, no, I for sure am Mexican. I'm just cursed with white skin. So I get that. But I see a movie like this and it's like, man, you white people do some weird shit that I don't really dig. First off, stop getting close enough to make out with your kids. No one's got to be that close to your face when your mom's like 40 something or 50 something and you're like 30 something. That's too close. Affection with your parents should always be, the closest should be a hug.
Yeah.
And at normal levels, it should be quarantine levels of 6 feet apart. Like me and my dad could go see a movie, but my backpack's going to be in the middle of him. The point is for him to just enjoy the movie with me. It's not somewhat like, what the fuck you want to do, hold my hand?
During the scary bits, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know I used to sit in your lap. I am now 35. Can't be doing that. I'm not 35.
You're not 35, no.
I'm just exaggerating the age. But anyway, there's stuff that white people do in this movie where it's like, y'all gotta stop being so white. Y'all gotta just kind of pull back a little bit. Everything, so many scenes in this movie feels like the setup to like stepbrother, fucking stepsister porn.
Oh.
And it never goes that way. And it's like, just do it. Be interested. Because I'm hating everything about this. Yeah, I didn't expect to dislike this movie. And not only did I not expect to dislike this movie, I didn't expect to kind of hate this movie in the way that I do.
Okay.
Which, like, ultimately what I want from this, from anyone who might still be listening and who's not like, he's insane. Ultimately what I want from this is for you to watch the movie.
Really?
I want people to go out and see this shit because maybe I'm wrong. But if I'm right, we gotta tell people. We gotta tell people how you should be watching this shit because it was almost a wild ride with like how much I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me with some of the shit that it does. Some of the shit I just even forgot already.
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams, man, they treat Sarah Jessica Parker like so much shit.
Yeah.
They're just short of like killing her and sacrificing her. Any other movie, if this was an A24 horror movie, she would have been the sacrificial lamb who got accidentally led to have Christmas dinner, and it's been like a plot the whole time because they hate her that much. In this one, it's like, we'll just make fun of her in front of her,
right?
And just laugh at her pain and really just make it open that we're terrible people and can't stand her.
Well, at the beginning of the movie, she is they make you very aware that like she's a little prim and proper and they're a little more laid back and like clashing. But as the movie goes on, both of them, I don't know, that's where the charm comes in. Like both of them start to become like better people. I don't know. I really enjoy it.
I know. I know you do. I don't know. People love this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people love this movie. And I think it's one of those like where the critics and the audience score is like pretty matched.
Okay.
And they're both positive.
I always assumed that this movie was my own little movie. Like,
well, I think it's
so underrated.
I think it's definitely underrated.
Or at least I don't see a lot of people talking about it when talking about Christmas movies.
I think it's definitely underrated. But the people that do love it, love it.
Yeah.
It's this one and there's that Nicolas Cage movie. That's a Christmas movie.
The Family Man?
Yeah, The Family Man. I hear it about that one too.
Okay.
Where it's like the people who love that movie love that movie. It's like a small set of people.
You know what's great right now? Because
What?
you just accessed my movie brain, my little IMDb as a person brain. Because I completely forgot about The Family Man. Haven't thought about that movie since it came out in what, like 2000?
Is that when it came out? I don't know. Maybe.
Oh my god, I don't know. Because when you said Something's Gotta Give, I was like, oh yeah, 2003.
Jeez. Autism powers activate. Quick, I need to know when this movie came out.
Don't even front.
I know.
You've done that before.
No, I straight up do. No, I'm not even saying that in a joking way.
How old was I? When did Superbad come out? 2007. So I was 16.
Yeah, exactly. That's the easiest way to date things, for me at least. Other people, it's like sports games.
I don't know if
that's when the Bulls fucking, I don't know,
right,
won the World Series.
Shit.
Other people, it's
Last
like
Dance, apparently.
There's a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, that was pre 9/11 and post 9/11. Oh, I guess that's your marker for some reason.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
I know.
That I think I've brought this up before. on the podcast maybe, but like there are certain things on IMDb I just that I know because I've lived through that time. Like they'll say You're Next 2011, and I'm like, that movie was actually filmed in 2011 and shown in 2011, but it was actually released in August of 2013. Motherfuckers.
That's funny. Jeez.
And then I'm like, yeah, I don't know what language they speak in Norway. Is it Norwegian?
Who knows? Tune in for the next episode where we don't find out, even though Google is like literally in front of us. Anyway, Dermot Mulroney, who is in this film.
He's not in a lot recently, or at least I haven't. He was in Zodiac. Never mind.
Is he really?
Yeah, he plays Mark
I don't remember
Ruffalo's
him.
boss.
Oh, that's cool. He has been in some stuff recently. I think he's in The Grey too.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good actor. He's a good character actor.
No, I like him.
He's good in this.
Long silence. Trying to think of some way to insult this movie.
Liking him to a point.
Yeah.
Like, he actually, when, like, he recognizes that the family's being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he calls them out on it. And it's a good scene.
Mm-hmm.
But then, once again, they fucking do that twist where it's like, why don't you want me to side with her? Because, like, you're telling me that there's no reason to root for their family.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, like I said, he falls in love with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
All right, which had the more unbelievable love story, this or Winter's Tale?
That's the same shit.
Oh,
that's the same shit. I forgot we saw Winter's Tale. We just watched
Winter's Tale, yeah.
Colin Farrell. I don't know who the girl is.
Yeah.
Will Smith and Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colin Farrell, who's like fucking 50 years old, falls in love with like a 12-year-old or however old she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's like out of nowhere.
They he breaks into their house, and then she's like playing the piano, and he's like, I am in love. This is what eternal love is like.
Yeah. Tell me that's different from Dermot Mulroney and Claire Danes in this movie. Where it's like, bro, she literally got off the fucking bus. You've never even seen her beforehand.
Hey, man.
You saw like a photo. And here comes her. And she's like, yeah, I've been to fucking Alaska. And it's like, wow, I want to marry her. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, that's the fucking movie I was going to compare it to. Love Actually. Love Actually gets away with some of the stupid shit that it does.
Another movie I haven't seen in years, but I used to love that movie.
Because it's at least pretty cute.
Yeah.
I don't think it's great. I definitely like it more than this shit.
Okay.
I don't think it's great, but it's able to get away with the shit it gets away with.
Adrian,
this does not.
To me, you are perfect.
No, don't even tell me. I don't. No. I'm supposed to be mad at this movie, and I'm not going to stop being mad. Yeah, like I said, I was not expecting to dislike this movie to the level that I did.
Right.
Or at all. So yeah, this is an underrated movie. I want you guys to see it because I want people to tell me that I'm wrong. But hey,
we've all had
maybe you'll also be jaded.
We've all had that movie where you hear like, oh, that's pretty good, and then you watch, like, oh, so y'all were high when you watched that, huh?
My fellow people of color, brothers, please watch this movie and let me know, is the white man being crazy, or is this like actual normal family behavior? I'm telling y'all, borderline incestuous at moments. It's incestuous. It's got a rapey vibe to it every time fucking Luke Wilson is on, who, like, just because you're a fucking hippie, you can just like be like, I'm gonna fucking rub your shoulder and stuff, right, and all this other, like, no, dude, it's creepy behavior. How did this, like, not, like, nobody said anything about that probably ever.
Yeah.
But you watch it in 2020 and it's like, take a step back now. I rewatched Clue from 80 something.
I haven't seen it.
And there's so many scenes where women just get felt up and like they didn't ask to be felt up.
Lovely.
Yeah. Most of it is from Christopher Lloyd.
Really?
Who like there's jokes where he like gets into like a fuck position with a woman who's like, don't fuck me. It's just like, what the hell? This is that wholesome comedy that people love more than Knives Out. Get the fuck out of here. I guess it is pretty funny still, but there's just a lot of stuff where it's like, I'm wondering why people haven't said anything about this.
Nostalgia.
Oh, okay, there we go. Woke movement. Here's another target. Check out The Family Stone.
Right.
Do hashtag cancel The Family Stone
for a 15-year-old movie.
And see where that goes. Sarah Jessica Parker may never work again. We'll see.
Yeah. Well.
But it still has the magic of Christmas deep down rooted
Christmas
into it.
Spirit.
In the sense that I'm also afraid of people who are a little too into Christmas and may actually be like religious straight up.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a house I just would not like to be at. But yeah, 5 out of 5. It's,
right. Oh,
people
totally.
should watch it for
Deep dish
sure.
pizzas.
Yeah. Marry everybody.
Like they say in Community, marry happy.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Like in that show.